Hi, this is Julie Hayes. I'll be recording a video for my NOS 130 students on how to create a group policy and apply it to a group in Active Directory. I've had several questions on how to do this, so I'm going to go ahead and record it in case you want to replay it. I apologize for any background noise. I have a spaniel snoring next to me. I'll try to edit the audio. First, and a black lab who was sniffing at my keyboard. Stay away from the keyboard. Okay, first we have in MOAC, we are on a virtual machine client. Now this is recorded just as Windows 10 is being produced by MOAC, so currently we're looking at Windows 8. I'm sorry, but that's what we're working with. The process is the same. We're going to log on as the administrator account. First thing we'll do is browse to the software over on the server and install the tools that we need to be able to manage a domain. This client is a domain member at the time. So open File Explorer, which is this yellow folder, expand the network icon, and expand Server A. That's where our software is currently located. And it's in the Downloads folder. Rather than install right from this file, you'll have better luck if you copy it and paste it locally into your local downloads. Okay, right-click and open this file to start the installation process. And at this point, I don't think... Alright, it's just prompting us to install it. It's going to take quite a while, so I will pause the video now. Of course, you want to accept the license agreement. Okay, we're back with our software already installed. These are tools. What we just installed were network management tools to manage the Active Directory. Now, how we're going to get there is by looking at the administrative tools. So type the word admin, you'll see administrative tools. Just make this someplace convenient. Windows 8 doesn't make this the easiest thing to do. We're going to put it right on the taskbar. Go ahead and put it in the start menu as well. Now that we've added it to the taskbar, come on, there we go. We see administrative tools. These new additional tools are what now are present because we installed the package that we did. What we're going to do today is add users and computers. We're going to add a couple of users, create a group, and create an OU, which is an organizational unit. We see the domain name here. We're going to expand the domain and expand users. These are the built-in users. There are a lot of user accounts that are automatically built into a domain. You can read the descriptions here if you like. Let's create a new user called Help Desk. This might be the account used by the Help Desk technician. By unchecking this box, it means they won't be prompted to change their password. When it's checked, it's referred to as aging because the password has an age of 0. We're going to unage the password so the user can log in. Let's see, organizational unit. We're going to create a new organizational unit so we can organize our IT staff a little better. IT staff. There. So instead of this big list of users, we're going to just create a separate place to put them that we can keep track of them. IT staff. Yes, we want it moved. Okay, so we have an organizational unit and a single user. Just for kicks, let's make another user. Obviously we would be putting people's names in. There. We have a help desk user and an IT manager. Now we're going to make a group. Group, went right by it. We might have one called technicians, and we're going to add the help desk. Let's have another one called managers. I know it seems a bit redundant to have both of this, but it'll make sense in a second. Oh, managers. There, I did the members. IT manager without an S. It's not sure which I want. I clarify. There, okay. Organizational unit, 2 single users, and a couple of groups. We need that structure set up before we can create the policy, because the policy needs to be applied to groups and or users and or computers. We're going to slide here below to group policy management. Now when you create a policy, you're oftentimes creating it for an entire domain, but with it intended to be applied to just a specific set of users. But you have to remember that user might log on to any computer in the entire domain at any time. It shows our IT staff organizational unit, so we could create a policy right here. We're going to keep it in group policy objects, where we normally group the GPOs as we refer them, and make a new group policy objects. Let's see, the lab had you create a group policy object for access to removable devices, removable storage. So we're going to call it help desk USB. We'll then edit this policy, and what we will do is have it apply to all removable storage. I happen to know this is in system because I've had to write this one a lot. Most of the policies you have to write frequently are in administrative templates. So system, removable storage, sorry, there we go. And we see all the policies relating to removable storage. Now the help desk technicians might have to use any type of removable storage at any time, so we want to make sure that the deny policies are disabled. They do not apply ever. So even if at some point we create a policy that denies access, we want to be absolutely sure that we have a policy that overrides it and grants the access back to our help desk technicians. So anything that says deny right, I'm disabling it. We're not applying this policy to all users. We're only applying this policy to the help desk staff because at some point they may need access to a media such as CDs or floppies. Even though we don't use floppies anymore, there just may be an odd time that they are required to use it. It could very well be that we create a policy that denies access to the average user for tape drives, yet the help desk staff might be needed to restore a file that someone accidentally deleted from a tape drive. They would need access to the tape drive. So for help desk staff, we want to make sure that no matter what other policies might be in place, they are not blocked from writing to this software, to this storage. Now we've set the settings for this policy, and if we expand this a bit, we can see what's enabled. And because we're preventing a policy from affecting these users, it's actually disabled. It's a double negative. Okay. We don't have to save this policy, we just exit and our changes are automatically saved. We are back. We have recently completed a group policy object that ensures that any help desk staff will have access to be able to write to removable software such as CDs, USBs. It even has floppy disks in there. We can confirm what this group policy object covers by going to the settings, and if we expand it and say show all, it will show thus the aspects of this policy that are actually changed, enabled or disabled, any settings. And this is what we've done. We have disabled a deny policy. That's basically making sure that this deny does not apply to help desk staff, that we can use this software, this hardware. Now, we've got a policy, we need to apply it. There's two main ways to do this. One is generally considered easier to manage. Let's do the harder way first. Security filtering is where we'd apply the users or groups. So we could say we want this to apply to IT staff. Now I forget the name of the groups. We want this applied to the help desk account. Great, the help desk user account will get the benefit of this policy, but we will have to remove authenticated users because that's everybody. That's everyone who logs into the domain. Just in case the IT manager is actually doing some work, we could add that user. Since we have the group already created, you're better off always using groups. You don't know who might get bumped into the IT manager. Maybe the help desk person gets promoted. Still, this is very granular and your staff could change frequently. You could have a very large organization. This is a tedious way to manage your group policies. The more effective way is to apply and link this policy to an organizational unit. To show you the easiest way there, first you need an organizational unit that is already created. It will show up in the domain if it's there. So you can go to Group Policy Management and create it. Okay. Or you could add a new organizational unit from this screen. Link to an existing GPO. We find the policy that we just created, and it's linked. It also shows the link order. So if there's another policy that maybe perhaps overlaps with it a little bit or conflicts with it, we can make sure this one outranks it. I hope that helps.